So I am back with talking more about how the character of Billy Butcher was not done justice. The writers of the show ultimately probably tried to just imitate the comics in the fear that fans are going to hate it if they go against the comics. Now the whole show has been completely different than comics. Like A-Train becomes a great hero in this show by the end. And a lot of other things happen. They introduce a lot of characters that were not in the comics. But unfortunately, they chose the worst place to have, their show mimic the comic. This Billy Butcher in the TV show is nowhere similar to the Billy Butcher in the comics. The Billy Butcher in the comics, he ends up destroying Kimiko and Frenchie too, before going to create a soup genocide. So it just does not make any sense to have this Billy Butcher who is completely different, who is not completely crazy, and him growing to that extreme. And many people, and there was already a very big redeemable moment for this Billy Butcher, in which he does show Yui that he does say Yui that you can use that antidote on Starlight and Kimiko. So when Terror was sick. So this whole scenario, this whole writing is just not worth it. Means this whole arc of Billy Butcher growing insane was not there. Instead they could have used the whole episode on properly concluding Homelander and then aftermath of what they chose to they chose to give the moment to Billy Butcher too, and it just looked extremely rushed because this Billy Butcher is not like that. This Billy Butcher is not at all similar to the comic version of him. A great injustice done, a great injustice. It's I just cannot believe that when I was watching it happening, I was just I was just hoping that they just don't do it. It was very like it happens in the movies that he has a change of heart and then he suddenly gets shot. It was very comic. It was very foolish. They should not have